Alright, also look, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what's next for Khamzat Chimaev. And, with his recent jaw-busting performance against Bobby Knuckles during UFC 308, does this slingshot him ahead of the queue for a title shot against Dricus Duplessis? And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 1,500 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. Alright, so look, now that UFC 308 has wrapped up, one of the big questions that remain and still linger is, what's next for Khamzat Chimaev? And he's coming off of his super stellar jaw-breaking first round finish over Robert Whittaker, where he looked absolutely unbeatable. And so now the big question that the MMA community's got is, does this performance from Khamzat grant him an instant title shot against Dricus Duplessis? Short answer, it most definitely should. And the buzz isn't really just among fans. Even the UFC, as well as Team Dricus, seem to be on board, and all signs point to a potential February showdown between Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Duplessis, with Sean Strickland likely getting sidelined. You see, I don't know about y'all, but for me, this is fantastic news, because let's be real right now. Who the hell in their right mind wants to see Sean Strickland rematch Dricus Duplessis just to talk about going to war and going to battle just to end up teeping and jabbing for 25 straight minutes, and then at the end of the day cry and bitch about losing a split decision? And you see, don't get me wrong, I think that Sean Strickland is a very calculated fighter and goes in there with a game plan and sticks to it pretty well. And like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I get that, but don't talk about going to war and then not fight like you going to war, dog. Now, the people want to see Khamzat take on Dricus Duplessis instead, because that'll most likely be the war you promised. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely want to see my namesake Khamzat Chimaev take on the undisputed champion of the world. And honestly, now that I think about it, Khamzat would most likely be the favorite in that fight as well. But what's crazy is that it kind of just goes to show how fickle the MMA community is. And I've honestly been saying this for a super long time now, but the current stance within the MMA community on Khamzat just shows how volatile the fans are. 1 second they're betting against him in the Bobby Knuckles fight, saying that he's an unreliable fighter with cardio issues. But now the stance has changed and he's the best middleweight in the world now. And it really just goes to show that you're only as good as your last fight. Take note, Sean Strickland. And look, my stance on the boards has never changed, and I've always believed that Khamzat Chimaev is the best fighter in the division, and he just copped one of the most impressive middleweight wins I've ever seen in a first round submission over Bobby Knuckles. And honestly, no one does that. Not even Dricus, the current middleweight champion, has done that. And look, Khamzat looks even more unbeatable than he's ever looked before. And if anyone's able to find a way to beat him, it's most likely gonna be Dricus Duplessis by doing something goofy and finding a way to KO him somehow. But let me give credit where credit's due. And at the beginning, I was never really fond of Dricus Duplessis, and I really just thought of him as another hype job getting lucky wins over greats. But now I've really come to realize that regardless of his nauseating fighting style, he's elite, or he wouldn't be the undisputed middleweight champion right now. That being said, I do not see him keeping the championship belt for that long. Why? Because for my prediction, I've got Khamzat Chimaev winning this by first or second round finish, most likely by a submission, though a knockout would not be out of the question. Because firstly, Khamzat Chimaev's grappling is on a different level than most fighters in the middleweight division. His wrestling pedigree combined with his aggressive style makes him a nightmare matchup for nearly anyone, and we've seen him take on high-level grapplers and high-level jiu-jitsu practitioners with ease, completely overwhelming them and taking them to the ground with relentless pace. And when he gets his opponent on the ground, his top pressure is absolutely suffocating, and he knows how to advance positions quickly, either setting up some brutal ground and pound or fishing for multiple submissions. And if he can take Dricus down early, just like Bobby, I can easily see Khamzat securing a submission finish just like that. All things considered, though, I am super thrilled to see what the UFC have planned for Khamzat Chimaev next. And title fight against Dricus in February could go down as one of, if not the biggest matchups of the year of 2025. And I'm counting the days to see how all of this middleweight fiasco unfolds. But that's all I've got to say for this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think is next for Khamzat Chimaev? Does the UFC grant Sean Strickland his wish and gives him a rematch against Dricus, or does Khamzat get slingshotted up the queue and fights Dricus in February? Let me know in the comment section below. But that about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.